It's the nation's favourite antiques experts.
Which way are the bargains?
Behind the wheel of a classic car.
Do you know where we are?
And a goal to scar Britain for antiques.
Act 1, Scene 1.
The aim, to make the biggest profit at auction. Ta-da! But it's no mean feat. There'll be worthy winners.
We're in the money.
And valiant losers.
Heart broken. Close your ears.
Will it be the high road to glory?
It's just delightful, isn't it?
Or the slow road to disaster? This is Antiques Road Trip. Yeah. What a sight, eh? The luscious landscape of Surrey and a sporty little number in red on the open road.
What can beat this? I'm in a lovely car with a lovely girl buying antiques. I'm like, how good does that get?
Yeah, who could want for more, eh? Surely not the rambunctious Philip Serrell and the discerning Catherine Southon.
I've got a question for you. Are you a morning girl or an evening girl?
Still getting to know each other after all these years?
I don't think I'm a morning person or a night person.
Are you not? I think I'm very much a morning person.
Are you?
Yeah, I love it early morning. Smell the grass. Are we near a farm, eh?
Yeah.
It's not you, is it?
No, it's not me.
No, I'm just checking. I was just checking, that was all.
He's got some cheek, that Serrell.
When I am alive and I'm awake, I'm really awake.
Really?
Yeah, but whereas you're a bit sort of steady, aren't you, throughout the day?
Steady? I'm not steady. I'm like a coiled spring.
Full of more coiled springs, this 2017 Morgan Roadster.
I tell you what I love about it. I love this louvered bonnet.
Touch of class, that is.
It is.
I mean, this is very tiny and very snug,
Yeah.
but it's very comfortable.
Don't get too comfy, Catherine. You're only halfway through this road trip, and there's Phil to pip at auction. On their last leg, Phil had a makeover, the stuff of nightmares.
What are you? Ah!
And Catherine found a rather rare piece of automobilia.
£189. I've never, ever seen anything like that.
In the sale room, it's been difficult to separate our duo.
This could be quite tight, couldn't it? Eh?
And they're hungry for more profits.
£85.
That's about 7 cheese sandwiches, isn't it?
We're in the room at 1.
Why are you measuring it by cheese
What?
sandwiches?
Currently, it's 1-1 in our best of 5 battles, so everything to play for as we hit the road for round 3.
It's the biggest treat of the year
Thank you
to
so
be
much.
seated with Philip Serrell in this beautiful car
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
for the journey of a lifetime.
No, don't overdo it, Catherine. He is the opposition. Remember, they had £1,500 to play with across the whole trip. And after 2 legs, Phil has £945 left in his kitty. Catherine also started with £1,500 and has spent a little more. She's got £810 left for the rest of her shopping.
You might want to go a little bit faster on this road.
Keen to crack on, eh, Catherine? This trip, taking the scenic route west to east, began in beautiful Bristol and took in all the S's of Sherburn, Shaftesbury and Salisbury. The trip continues east before aiming for a final auction in Edinburgh, as long as the bonhomie continues.
I like to think that I'm a good co-pilot.
In fact, I'd rather have you in that seat than this seat.
The plan for this leg, the scenic route to Hartney-Whitney in Hampshire. But it all begins in the historic market town of Farnham.
We're right that way? Yeah?
Oh, sorry. Was I supposed to check?
Well, it would have helped.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Nestled in the Surrey Hills and home to Waverley Abbey, Farnham's Georgian streets are a treat for our thirsty antique hunters. It's familiar territory for Phil.
I've been here before, and this
Right.
is a really, really lovely shop.
Oh, well, then you're not allowed in.
Oh, get out.
Stand out, Catherine. There's plenty for everyone at the Antiques Warehouse. Hilary and Rachel's shop is perfect for an antiques expert with an eye for all that glitters.
There's lovely things everywhere. All I've got to do is try and find that hidden gem.
Remember, Phil has £945 to spend.
This is what I love about antiques, you know? Here we've got a little champagne flute. There are 3 of them, 30 odd quid. But what's great about that, you fill that up And the champagne actually flows into the stem. It's got style, but for me, it hasn't got a profit.
Talking of style, here's Catherine. Careful, that looks dangerous.
This is your Victorian bread slicer. Look at the size of that blade. You put your loaf in there, freshly baked, smelling gorgeous. Little chat with the family. Slicing away. Shoo. Fingers come off. There was no health and safety in the Victorian kitchen.
Don't tell Phil that. You'll put him off his dinner. Or maybe not.
Catherine, Catherine, Catherine.
I'm actually quite busy.
What? Take a seat. Now.
Dinner is served.
I'm famished. Who's invited?
And I thought I'd invite Bingo Braxton,
Very nice.
Charlie Ross,
Very good.
yourself and I, of course, as hosts,
Of course, as hosts.
and your dear friend, Mr. Hanson.
Oh, lovely Hanson, yes, lovely Charlie.
How about me? Hello. Oh, well. Now, what's Phil found?
Look at it. Isn't he just so sweet? So this is coal-painted bronze. And the man who specialised in doing subjects like this was a bloke called Bergman. And sometimes he signed his name in reverse as Mangreb. Sometimes it was Bergman.
Austrian coal-painted bronzes are internationally collectible, being easy to post and nearly indestructible. This booch is priced at £195. Dealer Hilary is standing by to help.
Hilary,
Hello.
could I have a quick word about our canine friend? If I look there, that to me doesn't look like he's got a huge amount of age.
Depends how much it's been picked up, and if it hadn't been fondled for decades,
Yeah.
then
Then I know just how he feels.
join the club.
Oh, dear.
So I think that, you know, he's either 19th century, isn't he? Or he might be, what, 40, 50 years old. And I don't know is the answer to that.
Well, when I bought him, I was convinced he was original.
Right, do you want to go and consult your books and records? And I'm going to have a wander around at these.
Yes.
Because it wouldn't be Philip Serrell if I didn't go and look at some big old lump of stone, would it?
It wouldn't, no.
And it is Philip Serrell, so get looking.
Kind of ornaments and tools and pots, all that kind of stuff is becoming hugely collectible as people want to decorate the outside of their home as well as decorating the inside of their home. And here, look, you've got a couple of rhubarb forces. So you plonk this over your rhubarb, and I'm kind of guessing that they would seek the sun, really, and grow.
These clay pots limit the light reaching the plant, making the rhubarb less bitter and producing longer, softer stems.
But that one is £95. You know, and I think that one's that's probably all right, that.
Let's head back inside and see how Catherine's going to use the £810 left in her kitty.
I'm particularly drawn towards this turquoise vase, which I love this sort of trail design on it. This is hand blown, and to achieve that is actually quite something.
Mid-century, probably. With 75 on the ticket, some assistance might be a good idea.
Rachel,
Yeah.
I quite like your vase here. Who's that actually designed by? Because I cannot even begin to pronounce that.
Well, it's a difficult one to pronounce. I'll give it a go. I think it's František Zemek Zelezny Brod Sklo.
Oh, there you go.
Výborně! Rachel, that's excellent. František Zemek is a Czech designer who found fame in the 1950s.
What would you be prepared to do, Rachel?
What do you think you would be prepared to offer?
30-ish?
30-ish? We can let you have it for 30.
Well, £30 would be lovely. Thank you, Rachel. There we are.
Great, thank you very much,
Wonderful.
Catherine.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
That is a smashing discount of £45 for Catherine, leaving £780 to spend. And while Catherine waits in the motor, can Phil keep pace when he talks rhubarb? Forces. But first, that canine. Ticket price £195.
Well, I'd like to give you about 70 quid for him. That's what I'd really like.
Gosh,
I know.
Cheeky.
that's pushing it a bit, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But I've got to try, haven't I?
You have
And I
indeed.
am very trying.
No comment.
What about if we made it 80?
OK, 80 for him.
Yes.
And can I do the rhubarb Forster for 40 and give you 120 quid for the two? And then I think that gives
Go
me a
on.
shot. You sure?
Yes.
So that's £120 for Phil's bronze dog and the rhubarb Forcer.
Thank you very much.
I'll get my man to collect the rhubarb Forster.
All right.
Hashtag.
With his first two items in the bag, Phil's left with a kitty of £825. Back on the road. Are you sitting comfortably? Then they'll begin.
If you were a piece of furniture, how would you describe yourself?
Chaise long.
Really?
I like lying down.
I think I'd be a piece of primitive oak. I wouldn't be a nice, refined sofa table, would I?
No.
What do you mean, no?
I would be lying if I said I disagreed. They're en route to Basingstoke, where Catherine's been dispatched. Sounds terminal. But she isn't the first famous heroine to grace these streets. In the 1800s, celebrated author Jane Austen attended dances here. Catherine, the very model of sense and sensibility, has found squirrel antiques.
Ooh.
The stock here offers ample opportunity for Catherine to part with some of the £780 at her disposal. Looking for a profit-making piece is like looking for a needle in a haystack.
The Victorians loved their sewing accoutrements. They loved their pincushions.
Oh, I say. That's why there's always someone sewing away in those period dramas.
This is something that I have never seen before. A pincushion in the form of a knife sharpener. How cool is that?
Very cool.
You wind the handle, just like that, and there we have it. There's your pincushion. Never seen it, incredibly rare. What's the price? £1,150.
Not so cool.
Expensive hobby, that sewing.
You'd better keep searching for something more in keeping with your kitty, Catherine, and we'd better catch up with Phil. He's heading to Alton. Only 380 years late for the Battle of Alton, a skirmish in the Civil War where Royalist forces were surprised and defeated by the parliamentarians who left bullet holes in the church doors. But he can make up for his tardiness by battling for bargains in the vintage cupboard.
What a lovely day. Hi.
Hello, good morning.
Serving on the front line is Lindsay and her lovely lapdog Molly.
You got your minder with you?
Indeed, she's not for sale.
Oh, no, she must be.
No.
Good job, because she could also break Phil's budget of £825.
How cool is that?
Careful, Phil.
It's going to be an accident in a minute.
I can't watch.
I can just sense it here. Lindsay, I like this a lot.
It's original, but I'm not sure about the back tyre. I think that might
Almost
have been replaced.
original then.
Yeah, pretty much there.
Hang on.
It's a child's one.
Really?
Pretty penny farthings cost more than a pretty penny.
And it's the Old English Penny Farthing Company. How much? Where's your ticket price on that? Oh, there.
This one's £225.
Hellfire and damnation. And I think that's just got too much. Okay. Just go and park it up.
I'm with Phil. All in favour of recycling? Boom, boom. But this is a pedal too far. 13 miles down the road in Basingstoke, Catherine's made a beeline for dealer Amanda.
What's going on here, Amanda? I'm a magpie. I'm drawn to the jewellery. Can I have a rummage?
Of course you can.
Can I, before you price it? This is like Christmas and my birthday all in one. This is wonderful.
This is an unusual little piece.
That's nice. So it's basically like a capstan.
Ahoy there! Capstans are used on ships to help sailors hoist heavy weights.
So the top opens, the flips open, and then you've got a little compass rose there. And then you've got a seal on the top there with somebody's initials. That's quite lovely. But gold, not marked.
Not marked.
Can you imagine the sort of person that probably had this? She was probably thinking of her loved one every day, and she would keep touching it and sort of thinking of him as he sailed around the world.
You old romantic Catherine.
That's lovely. I like that. What could that be?
We can do that one for 100.
Can I put that to one side so I don't lose it
Let's have that one.
amongst everything else? Or the heart. Sweet little pendant, heart pendant.
It's a sweet little piece, designed by Dane Georg Jensen, who founded his silver company in 1904 in Copenhagen.
Nicely stamped on the back. Sterling silver, a heart within a heart, little pendant. What's on that? What can you do that for?
25?
25? 25. I will have that.
There we go.
The capstan, and I'll have the Jensen. That's 125.
Fabulous.
125, you happy with that?
More than happy.
Lovely. Oh, more than happy. That makes me nervous when they say that. Right, 125. OK, I give you that one.
Thank you.
And the little 5.
Fabulous.
Wonderful.
Catherine's jewellery bounty has reduced her spending money to £655. Time to check on Phil.
That's interesting. Right. That's like a clamshell, isn't it? And it's Art Deco, pendant light. And the thing to check with this is that it's all A-OK. No chips or damage, I don't think there is.
There's £75 on the ticket.
Lindsay, and there's any room for negotiation on that one?
You can try me.
OK, let's plonk that on your table,
OK.
please. Hello, mate. What's your name? You are a monster, Mole.
Nothing like a pooch to soften up customers before a deal.
What was your ticket price on that?
75.
OK, in my book, for me to buy it, it's kind of £35, £40.
Could you push to 50?
I'll tell you what I will do. I'll meet you in the middle at 45, but that would be my best shot. All right, thank you very much indeed. I better find some money now. There's that. There's that.
Wonderful.
And
Thank you.
let's just hope everybody at the auction has seen the light.
Well done. After shelling out for the Art Deco, Phil's left with £780 in his pocket. Time to reconvene with the Morgan and the ever-caring Catherine.
Have you ate much today?
What?
Have you had a lot to eat?
You can always find room for a little
A
morsel.
nibble. You like a pudding, don't
I do like a pudding. What's your favourite pudding?
you? No, I'm not bothered about the pudding. I'll have the cheese.
I do like a good sherry trifle. Do you?
I'm still waiting for my invite.
I'm going to take you out, and we're gonna have a nibble.
Really? A
And
nibble?
then you're going to have a sherry trifle,
You're
and I'll
gonna-
nibble my
You
cheese.
can have your cheese, yeah.
I get the hint. Nighty-night. Next morning, hitting the road in Hampshire, these two in that car still chatting about food.
Build your favourite breakfast. What would you have?
Build my favourite breakfast. Well, I do like all the things you shouldn't have, all the naughties.
Really? So
Yeah.
what, hash browns?
Yeah, or
Baked beans?
hash browns. No, not a baked beans. There is no
Really?
place for baked beans at breakfast.
That's controversial, Catherine.
I can only have beans where I know where they've come from, and I've seen
Oh,
them.
I'm sorry, you have to know where they've been.
Yesterday, Phil bought a clay rhubarb forcer, an Art Deco lampshade, and fell for the charms of not one,
You are a monster, Mole.
but two canines.
Look at it. Isn't he just so sweet?
He's got £780 left in his wallet. Catherine bought some check glass, a capstan locket, and a silver pendant.
This is like Christmas and my birthday all in one. This is wonderful.
So her budget is now £655. What is priceless is the fact that they're still getting on.
Actually, you've been very good because we haven't had any close scrapes with anything whilst you've
No,
been
we
driving.
haven't, but then I haven't driven an awful lot.
No, that's why.
When it comes to auction time, they'll be off to Edinburgh. Let's hope they're still pals by then. There's a lot of shopping still to be done, but first, a trip to the fair, just outside the town of Liphook. and the Hollicombe Steam in the Country Museum. The museum here is home to a collection of steam-powered engines and fairground rides that hark back to the steam fair's Victorian heyday, when towns and villages were visited by the steam fair year after year. It's staffed largely by volunteers, and manager Lucy is always ready to welcome some extra hands on deck.
Hello, Catherine. Hello, Phil. Nice to meet you both.
I am really excited.
Good. Brilliant.
Really
well,
excited.
actually, we do need some more volunteers, and we're open in 2 days' time, so you've turned up just at the right time. One of our volunteers, Reg, is quite looking forward to meeting you, Catherine, because he's got a challenging bit of work.
This
way? Yes, this way.
Yeah.
Right, Phil, we'll get to go to the fairground now. Off we go.
While Catherine's tasked with preserving a fairground attraction from a bygone age, Phil's on a ride through history to hear the terrifying story behind one of the most popular sideshows.
You can see in the distance there, that's our ghost house.
Built in 1915 by Orton and Spooner, one of the biggest names in fairground history, this is thought to be one of the world's oldest haunted houses. It emerged from the ingenious mind of an entrepreneurial Victorian gentleman.
Pat Collins was born in 1859 at a fairground in Chester.
At a fairground?
Yeah, yeah.
How cool is that?
And then he went on to set up his business in the West Midlands and became one of the leading showmen there. At one time, he had 4 fairs operating a week.
Pat's creation, and others like it, played on depriving customers of their senses. Pitch-black hallways, wobbly walls and moving floors meant screams that scared and excited anyone passing by.
It's thought that this wasn't so much for the public, but it really was just for the love
the
of
haunted
his...
house?
Yeah, for his wife, Flora. They'd been together for 34 years, which is very sweet to get that as a present after that long.
So Flora just wanted frightening?
Yeah, she was a fan of all things paranormal.
Flora wasn't alone. The popularity of Victorian spiritualism, communicating with the dead, spread from the most prominent of Victorians, like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and Queen Victoria, to working-class men and women. In the 1800s, spiritualist newspapers, pamphlets, societies and séances could be found in parlours and palaces nationwide.
And where did it develop on from there?
In the late 60s, so you've got Disney had their Haunted Mansion around 69, I believe that opened. And that gave rise to, in America in particular, these became a very popular attraction.
Mixing fear with fun has proved to be a winning and very profitable formula. To this day, haunted attractions are still a multi-million-pound industry. So, this historic ghost house needs taking care of. Over to you, Catherine.
Right, is this what we're working on?
This is what we're working on.
Right.
The ghost house had various effects in there, moving floors, pictures, and this was actually part of a vibrating floor.
I do hope Catherine can cope with the weight of this responsibility. Outside, Phil's research into fairground attractions is gathering pace.
Catherine Southon, eat your heart out.
Oh dear, we'll never get him off there.
Oh, hit me with the music.
So what I want to try and do is to take the belts off again and check that this is free to revolve.
Sounds good to me. Right, that's easy, isn't it?
Carry on.
This should be fun.
If I try and take this side off, then you've got to revolve it at the same time. Maybe easier.
I'm going to end up breaking this. I'm quite good at breaking things.
Not what Reg wanted to hear.
Anybody got another sixpence so I can have another go?
No.
Oh, go on.
At least Catherine's using her time constructively.
That's it.
So you see, this is nice and free now.
Lovely.
It's not going to move, so you can tighten the bolts up.
You've got the job.
Oh, thank you. After 39 years, I'm hoping I've got the job.
Having helped preserve a piece of haunted history, Catherine can't resist seeing the inside for herself.
Oh, feel my way. OK, so this is fine.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Reg. Reg? Reg! Where's he gone? Reg! He's left me. OK. I can cope with this.
Well, actually, it was 20 degrees and sunny, but strange things happen in these spooky places.
Oh, sorry. That actually really freaked me out. It is pathetic.
I know that Catherine has been working on the final frightening bit in the haunted house. What she doesn't know is that so have I.
Lordy. Scary.
What are you trying to do to me?
God, that was so funny.
No, it really wasn't. Go away. I was actually quite scared in there.
Were you more scared when you
beginning.
came out?
Oh, go away.
Not very nice, is it?
I'm going home.
Oh. Today it's estimated that there are over 2,000 haunted houses in fairgrounds around the world. Whether Pat Collins built his, the first, out of love for his wife, to make a quick buck, or because of the influence of evil spirits, we'll never know. Spooky. Back on the road with Velma and Shaggy, we're off to the charming Surrey village of Eversley.
What are you doing?
Well, I was just seeing how much money that I've spent and seeing how much left. But I found a dog biscuit.
Check the other pocket, Catherine. You've got a few quid left.
I have no money, but I have a milky bone.
Actually, Catherine still has £655 to spend. Phil's dropped her off at Eversley Barn Antiques, and she's showing him a clean pair of heels. Inside, an awe-inspiring array to catch one's eye, and dealer Judy to ease us along.
Wipe my feet. All nice and clean, nice clean shoes. How are you?
Very well, good to see you.
Good to see you. Right, lots of ground to cover. I'm going to go that way.
Okie dokie,
Wonderful.
happy hunting.
Thank you.
Us antiques experts are always happy hunting, especially in environs like this.
I'm amongst the weird and the wonderful here. Don't know what to touch next. This is quite sweet. I think this is like a little fishing stool or something like that. So you'd put all your little fishing bits in there. And you wouldn't want your sandwiches mixing with your maggots. That would be bad.
No, bit chewy.
That's a bit different. Bit of metal in the shape of a Wellington boot.
What on earth is that?
I just think it's a very fun novelty stick stand. What's it got on it? Ooh, £75. No, that's too much. I quite like it because it's fun and novelty, but OK, we'll move on. Let's see what else I can find. There's some nice little bits here, though.
Right, while Catherine's trying to net a deal, let's find Phil, who's heading to Hartney Whitney, near Hook. The White Lion Antique Centre is Phil's last chance to shop. It's home to 100 sellers and more stock than you can shake a stick at. Is he spending his time wisely?
Look at that.
That'll be a no-no.
It's a genuine Lumar. It's a championship yo-yo. I used to be pretty smoky at this back in the day. But I've got a feeling that my yo-yo digit might not quite be on the money. Right, you ready for this?
Let's see then.
I'm just getting the price tag caught up in me back action.
Put your toy away, Philip. Competing with Catherine is far from child's play. Phil has £780 burning a hole in his pocket. He's taking in some air and the outdoor antiques.
I quite like the look of that. I would think it's probably 80 or 100 years old. Probably French. I actually really like that. And the reason why I like it, in the 18th century, there were garden planters and urns that were made out of lead. And they're hugely valuable and sought after, good decorative items. And this, for me, looks like an 18th century lead garden planter. You know, I think that would look quite cool. It's priced up at £90. If I could get that for somewhere between 60 and 70 quid, I think I'd probably buy that. Let your eyes be your guide and your pocket your judge. In other words, you know, if you like something and you've got enough money in your pocket, buy it.
Actually, Phil, the judge in this case is the planter's seller. Time for shop manager Petra to phone a friend.
I'm on my knees begging, tell her.
Apparently Phil is begging on his knees here. Did you hear him?
I'm grovelling, grovelling.
70 would be your best. Let's give 2 seconds. £70.
If that's her best, that's her best. You definitely can't do 65?
Definitely not 65. No,
Okay.
70.
Yeah, I think I'll take that.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I'll pay for it now.
Result.
And there's a tenner, that's 70. Thank you very much indeed.
5 miles away in Eversley, Catherine's getting stuck in.
I rather like this. I have never bought a shooting stick before, but always admired them, always sort of wanted to own one. This is French, and I think that it probably dates the early part of the 20th century, 1900, 1910, no later than that. You go out, you open it up, you put your bottom on there, stab it into the ground, and there we go. And then when you've finished, close it off, and off you walk onto your shoot.
You can't beat a good sit-down, but at the right price.
This has got 98 on it. This one, I think, had a leather seat. I think that something's happened here because this has all been repaired. You can see that there, which is a real shame. It's had a lot of bottoms on here. It's had a lot of weight.
I wouldn't like to say.
I like this very much. It's just the price is a little bit too much. I'll go and speak to Judy. I'm so exhausted. I've been walking for such a long time around the shop. I need this.
That's fabulous, isn't it?
It's quite a nice piece, actually. This has got a price on it. I think 98 would be fine if it were in tip-top condition, but it's not. It's got its problems. I noticed when you open it up, there's some repairs here, but as I'm talking to you, there's also some repairs there, which I didn't see. Could we do 50?
Go on then, that's a
50?
deal. Yeah.
50,
yeah,
okay.
50 for you.
The boot has got 75 on it.
Uh-huh.
What could that, but I would look at silly price on that. sort of
Okay.
30 or something, or 20.
35?
Can we say 25?
Go on then.
Well done, Judy. You're a star. 75.
Yeah, lovely.
Okay. That's a bit different, isn't it? It's nice to buy things a little bit different.
Quirky.
Quirky. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, and £5.
That's lovely. Thank you very much.
That's it. A hunting stick and welly boot complete her spend, with £580 left in her budget. Now, Phil's not finished yet. When it comes to spotting potential, he's no mug.
That's quite sweet, isn't it? Look. To dear Papa, from Clifford and Gladys. I mean, Clifford and Gladys, those are two good old-fashioned names, aren't they? And that's just a really lovely, very simple, oh, it's a good name, look, Elkington Co.
Pioneers Elkington and Company, founded in 1815, invented the silver electroplating process.
Who said I'm not a sentimental old fool?
Not me, Phil. Definitely. Never.
How much is that? That is priced at £15. I mean, you cannot fail at that, can you? Well, if I buy it, we'll find out, won't we?
We certainly will, Phil. Petra's at the tiller.
I just think that's quite sweet. Priced at £15. Do you know what? I'm not even going to bid you. There's 5. There's 10.
That's lovely. That's 15.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
very
you
happy.
very much.
And do you know what? I don't even want it gift wrapped.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Take
now.
care.
Phil's all shopped out. The planter will be collected, and he's got £695 in his kitty.
Cheers.
Time to get back on the road. Judgment Day at auction beckons.
Do you think your stuff's going to do well at auction?
I think, unfortunately, your stuff will do better.
Well, I mean, you know.
You just
no
have
surprise
this.
that really, is it? No
You have a
surprise at all.
knack.
Really?
Yeah. A nickety knack of doing things in a
Nick
slightly...
knacky nick knock, nick knacky no.
Yep, better get to bed before Phil's knick-knack runs out. Time for shut-eye. Auction day dawns, and our experts are poised for a thrilling third encounter in the sale room. Current score, 1 each.
Middle of the week, what do you reckon?
Well, I think it's been good.
Do you?
Yeah, it's ups and downs.
Our pair have scoured the shops of Surrey and Hampshire and brought all their finds to Edinburgh. back at Thompson Roddick, and with bids on the books, on the net, and in person in the sale room.
95.
And looking after all the bidding is auctioneer Serrell Thompson.
At 110.
Catherine splashed out £230 on her 5 auction lots. Let's see if anything tickles Serrell's fancy.
In the last 5 years, we've seen a real upsurge in demand for George Jensen, one of the leading Danish makers. And this is a particularly pretty piece, nice heart-shaped locket, really nicely made, and quite excited about this lot.
Me too. Phil also spent £250 on his 5 lots, including this very, very, very good boy. Sit!
You know, we're really a dog-loving nation. They're great company. And if you can't have a real one, why not have a nice model of one?
Why not, indeed? Let's see how Phil's buys compare with Catherine's.
I've got a feeling I'm playing catch-up.
Kicking us off, Catherine's Welly boot stick stand.
Rather fun, this.
It's great fun.
She's on your side.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's unusual. Who would like to start make £30 for it?
Yes.
32 bid.
Lovely.
32.
It's not going to make any money, is it, Phil?
35, 38, online 40.
Do these people know what they're bidding for?
42, 42, 42, 42, 45, 45, 45, at £45.
On track and right on the money.
Love it when I'm proved right and you're proved wrong.
75.
Time to turn to Phil's French planter.
2 close commissions at 90 bid.
What did you pay? 70?
70.
That's a nice profit.
95, 100. Anyone else going on at 100? Where's all my garden people at 100? Anyone else going on at £100?
Ooh la la.
What would you put in there to celebrate?
Champagne. I filled it full of ice and I put an enormous bottle of fizz in there. And then we'd have quietly drunk it.
Yes.
How decadent. Catherine's shooting stick takes centre stage. Next.
15 bid, 15, 15, 18, 20, 22, 25, 28, 30, 32, 32, 35,
Sell the thing.
35,
Keep
35.
going.
Nice shooting stick at 35. Anyone else
Sell
going
it.
on at
Bamboo.
35?
Sell it.
Don't miss it at
And
35.
cake.
Miss it.
Anyone else going on at 35?
A good effort, but we can't win them all.
Bad luck.
196.
From English shooting stick to Austrian sculptor, Phil's cold-painted bronze.
And I can start at 20 bid, 22, 25, 28, 32.
Look, it's gone so quickly on the internet.
On the internet at 38, 40, 42,
They love
45, 48, 48, 50. It's lovely, you know, sir. I wouldn't miss it.
It is lovely.
At 50, at 50, at 50. But I'm
It's
selling
a really
it on
nice
the screen
pose
at
as
50.
well.
It has. It's lovely pose.
really
hasn't
nice.
it? Yeah.
Patronising me now.
I got you another bid.
That deserved better. Rotten luck.
I'm disappointed with that.
Lot
Really.
181.
You? I mean, you're not. You're delighted for me.
No, I'm delighted for
Disappointed
me.
for the object.
Catherine's check vase is next under the hammer.
£40 for it.
Oh, I'd be happy with 40.
20 bid, 20 bid, 20 bid, 25, 25, 28, 30, 32, 35, 38. Would you like in now, sir? 40 in the room. 40,
Can sell it to you if you want.
40. You bid at 40. 42, 45. Still in the room at 45. £45.
Smashing. Well done, Catherine.
Are you pleased for my...
Oh, yeah, delighted. Absolutely delighted for you.
Anyone else?
I drink to that. Perhaps using Phil's silver-plated tankard.
£10 for a tankard. Must be worth 10.
No.
£10.
It's not.
£10, 10 bid, standing into the back at 10.
No,
at
it is.
10,
I'm only
at
joking.
10. Anyone else going on at 10? And I'm selling it, make no mistake, at 10. It's
You are, aren't you?
Money at
Yeah.
10. At 10. I'm trying hard at 10.
Don't try
Anyone
hard.
else going on at £10?
Not much to toast there.
Fantastic.
On to jewellery now. This piece was made by a Danish man called Georg and is being sold by an English woman called Catherine.
And I can start straight in at 85, 95, 100, 110, 120, 130.
You've got a really nasty smile on your face again.
Lovely pendant. I love you.
140. Anyone else going on at 140? £140.
A glittering result.
We're in the money.
Oh, God.
Next, Phil's Art Deco lampshade.
Started on 55, 65, 70. Online at 70. On
What did you pay?
75.
45.
75.
Oh,
75.
come on, put the hammer down.
75. Nice ceiling light.
It's not nice, it's horrible.
At £75.
That's £30 profit.
I'm surprised that made
Hang on, you ready for this? I think I saw the light.
Listen, I make the gags round here, Phil. All aboard now for Catherine's capstan locket.
This, by far, is my favourite lot. So if it doesn't make a profit, I will be heartbroken.
And we've started online at £25, £30. 30 bid, 32,
This has to make, like,
32, 35, 38, 40, 42, 45, 48, 50, 5, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80.
Keep going.
85, 90, 95, 100, 100. Who'd like in the room? 110,
Such a beauty. Never find this again.
140, 150, 150. You're all out in the room at 150.
No. Keep going.
160.
Yeah.
160.
Keep going.
160. Anyone else going on at £160?
Heartbreak averted.
Nice thing, that. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you, Phil.
Down to the last lot. Don't crumble, Phil. Your rhubarb forcer is next.
£50 for this, and I've got 50 bid. 50 bid, 55. Another keen gardener in the room, 55. Taking room bid at 55. 55, 55.
Come on, more,
Selling
please.
the lady in the room. 60 against you, madam.
Yes, come on.
65.
It is nice.
65,
It is a good
65,
thing.
70. Wonderful rhubarb, 70. Anyone else going on at 70, 80?
£80.
80. Any advance on £80?
You feeling better now, Phil?
What a result. Well done.
I've no idea what the scores are.
That was good.
Was
Good
it?
dish. Yeah, it was good. Come on.
That makes me think you're winning.
Maybe.
Here's those numbers in full. Phil's battled hard, but after auction costs, his profit is a rather modest £12.40. He has £695 left to spend. Catherine has had an outstanding result. After paying auction costs, she's made a rather impressive profit of £118.50. So Catherine takes the lead, with 2 auction wins to 1, with only 2 more to fight for in this best of 5.
Yes! Walk of Fame!
All right.
Next time, Phil uses underhand tactics
Sorry.
and a spot of horse trading.
So how much is he?
Oh, this one's priceless.
But who will triumph at auction?
Did I win?
You give me a jolly good thrashing.
Oh, mate.